Alright, so we're having a little mini episode of stream of sorts here about Magicite.
Definitely a decision of ours.
Yeah, a total executive decision that was made by both of us of our own free will and not of any outside force. So yeah, Magicite. We have to talk about orbs.
Yep.
Let's
Right, so we see that thing over here in the corner. It's now a Nightmare and Magicite dungeon.
Yep. So, if we go ahead and check this out, let's go to the Nightmare first. So, Magicite is, as I mentioned before, outside of Sephiroth Despair, Nemesis Apex, like those two, this is the hardest content in the game. These are the hardest fights you'll find.
By far.
Like, other than those two fights, which are definitely, like, number 1, number 2 on the list, like, this is the hardest stuff in the game, and it's also the hardest, like, flat, like, recurrable stuff you can do. You poke the orb, so we're gonna touch the orb, and we get sent to the Mega Man 1 select screen.
Which is actually more apt than you think, because it has the weakness order spelled out right there in those arrows.
So, where do we start with Magicite? Do we want to start with the fights, or do we want to start with the items themselves? Like, probably the fights, and then we talk about what we get from them, and how it's...
Yeah, mostly because the fights are right here.
Okay, so...
you go ahead.
Okay, so the way the fights work, we have 6 different fights we can do right now. There's going to be more that'll open much later. And you get these little Magicite stones that let you do them. You get one of these a day. They still cost stamina on top of that. But, so we have 6 fights, one of each element. We have an ice one, the sea lion. We have the wind one, Fenrir. We have the earth one, Golem. We have the lightning one, Hydra. We have the water one, which is Bismarck. And we have the fire one, Liquid Flame. Now, each of these, like, are, like we mentioned, you know, this was a Mega Man wheel. Each of these is weak to the one, like, next to it. So, Liquid Flame is weak to water. Bismarck is weak to lightning. Hydra is weak to earth, Golem is weak to wind, Fenrir is weak to ice, and Sea Lion is weak to fire.
So, what makes these fights so difficult is they're approached completely differently from anything else in the game. All Magicite bosses are steel edifices. Their defense and resistance are well over 10,000 for all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. They require like a massive amount of buff stacking. Like, it's not just flip on, shout, and go. You also need, like, preferably Vessel of Fate and another USB buff or something like that. People are recommending that you bring lots of not just Wrath, but also the 5-star support skill in Trust, which allows you to grant your bar to someone else so that they can just fire off OSBs and keep the damage coming, because these bosses are also meant to be sped run.
Yeah, so much like Sephiroth before, these have a little, have a timer on them. And you can see, like, we have the standard rewards for, like, doing the fight and mastery, which I've still not been able to do. We have the bonus rewards, which are based on time completion, in here. So if you beat it in under 2 minutes, you get Knoll. We'll talk about what these are, these things here. The quick of it is Puzzles and Dragons got snuck into our game somehow.
Yeah, it's literally Puzzles and Dragons, actually.
So there's a time reward to it. There's also a drop reward to it where you can get these random Magicites from the fights as well. One of the big differences in these fights is you don't have a roaming warrior.
Well, not a traditional one.
Yeah, you can't bring Cloud USB and go to town. That's what I'm thinking. Like,
yes,
you can't, like, because that would change these very much. If you could, rather than Ilara, you could bring something else. When I go to bring it, I just get Ilara's power here, which is just Fobula Guardian. It's Wall.
It's a 30-second wall instead of, the usual Tyra wall, but it is wall.
Yeah, it's wall. So, that's the only roaming warrior you get is wall. Yeah, what else do we have here?
Later on, she will get the onion buff, attack magic 30% with haste, but for now, it's just wall.
Yeah. So the fights themselves are difficult, more difficult than any fights we've had other than the two I've mentioned before, that demand very specific things from you, because you can't roaming warrior to close gaps. You need to have all this stuff natively, and you basically need to have the element natively unless you're doing some sort of very different shenanigan fight. I've seen Liquid Flame beaten by Retaliate, for instance. That one.
Yeah, okay, you saw that video.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
Is there a story behind Orbs? Yeah, if you mean in, like, the game itself, it's, the Magicite dungeon opened and now there's space orbs, and you can go fight them to get Magicite, and let's talk about Magicite. So, we have, from these fights, the thing that you're getting is, these Magicite crystals. Let's go into ice here. We actually want to do it on this page. So, down here at the bottom, we have these squares, and we have Magicite, and you get to have 5 of these equipped. One of them is your main Magicite, which is the one that gets to use its summon skill.
Mm-hmm.
Is wall synonymous with shell, or is it both shell and protect? It's actually non-shell, non-protect, party-wide defenses. It's
what we call the triple defense, triple resistance buff.
Yeah.
That's synonymous with Sentinel's Grimoire and Stoneskin 2.
Yep. Alright, so you get to have 5 Magicites equipped, and they have a Magicite itself will have let's click on Sea Lion here. Yeah, so this is just this is literally the highest of, like, I cannot stress that this is literally the newest, highest, hardest, like, content stuff.
This is probably the closest that Record Keeper has ever come to. You must wail this much on banners in order to play.
Well, you don't have to. I mean, I've spent so little. Anyway, let's talk. Let's ignore that for now while we talk about Magicite. We're getting very sidetracked. So Magicite. Let's take a look at a Magicite here. A Magicite has a level. It levels up much like it gains experiments like equipment or a character. It has a duration, how long it sticks around. It has a number of uses in a fight. Some of them, but not all of them, will have a ultra skill, which is like a ability that you can use in the middle of the fight once it charges up. This one,
essentially a second Roman warrior that you can have on top of other Roman warriors.
Yep. This one here, instantly deal 4 magic ice attacks to all targets, grant allies an elemental barrier that blocks a wind attack. And then Magicite will also have passive effects. This one has Dampen Blizzard, increase ice resist, as well as Defense Boon, increase defense proportional to the combined stats of the Magicite. You can see that the Magicite itself has attack stat, defense stat, magic stat, but the combined Magicite stats is up here. That's where what it uses for its effects.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason I say this is like Puzzles and Dragons is that you have a team of 5 Magicites. One of them is your active with an active ability. The other 4 have passives that are on, and all 5 of the passives are on. So the way the Magicite fights work is that once you defeat, like, I defeated Sea Lion once, and from beating Sea Lion, I got a Sea Lion Magicite, which has Dampen Blizzard, making it easier for me to fight Sea Lion.
Yeah, and some of these Magicites will also make it easier for you to fight the next Magicite boss in the line. So it really is like getting the Mega Man weakness.
Yeah, again, Ultra Ice Storm for against Fenrir gives me a Wind Blink.
Yeah, and also another Magicite that Sea Lion can drop, which is Wendigo, gives an Ice Imperil.
Yeah. So, yeah, the effects, these are party-wide effects that, like, we have ones down here that are Empower Ice, increase your ice damage. So, getting these very much so helps you go to the next one, because I have hefty ice damage increasing right now.
Yeah, the effects of these stat buffs are that weird nebulous point where it's negligible, but at the same time very, very much useful.
Yeah. The one I want to point out, because I think it's the strongest of them, and I gotta get me one of these. Zuffa Fenrir in Kidu has a instantly restore moderate amount of HP to all allies, cast Asuna on them.
It's White Wind, folks.
Yeah. Also, once you use a Magicite, they're out there attacking. So, like, they'll use their little Magicite skills, which their chance to use them changes based on how high leveled they are.
They'll tend to increase the odds of the really good ones and decrease the odds of the shitty ones.
Yep. So, with that all said, I'm going to prep my team for battle against Sea Lion. My team against Sea Lion is the only one I've been able to defeat, and one of two that I've really attempted. I've attempted Golem and Sea Lion.
Hopefully this gives you a good idea of just how much elemental coverage is necessary to fight a Magicite boss, let alone clear it in under a minute, which never go for the sub 30 seconds, holy shit.
Well, you could if you've got something, you gotta have something real strong to pull that off.
Yeah, just like don't break your back over it. Sub 1 minute is perfectly fine.
Oh, hell, don't break your back over it. This is literally the endest of end game content. Like, don't break your back over any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Call out for Zidane soloing Sea Lion, that would kind of rule. Alright, so the way I do this fight, I bring Y'shtola. Y'shtola doesn't use wall at all in this fight, because I have wall from Ilara, our roaming warrior. The way we're planning to do this fight... Oh, alright, so the plan with this fight... Sabin and Steiner here are my damage dealers. They both have their BSB, and they're going to be using their BSB in Command 1 as much as possible. We have the attack boost from Riku, who is also going to be doing damage, because along with doing Thief's Revenge, she has 6 uses of Ruby Spark, and that adds up. Minfilia is here for an attack boost and the guts, which is almost, like, necessary to be able to live in this. Along with Affliction Break, which, as we mentioned in the earlier stuff, FF11, stops imperils, or can stop imperils. Not does, but, lowers the chance of those landing.
Yeah. Another thing that you probably might have noticed, there's no synergy in Magicite fights.
Yeah. It's, They're not only that, but there's a let me see. Go into dungeon info. Even though it resists break debuffs, it still might pay to prevent some of the damage using magic breakdown and power breakdown. Kupo.
Nope.
So
bullshit.
So here's the funny thing. Dr. Mog here in these will say this on every single boss that's over a 99. Will say, "Oh, it resists break debuffs, but you should use them anyway." What that means is that bosses like the ultimates and the champions we've been fighting have a 50% reduction in the stat reduction from a break or breakdown. So if you use a breakdown that's a 40% stat reduction, it only is actually a 20% reduction. If you have a 50% reduction, it's actually 25. Magicite bosses reduced by 80% rather than 50. Meaning that a 40% reduction is actually an 8% reduction. And that 8% reduction isn't even an actual 8% reduction because of how stat caps work.
Yeah, so basically the debuffs are so negligible at this point as to be more or less not worth your time.
Yes, I do not bring any debuffs to this fight. Because they are so low and so not useful that I do not find them worth bringing.
That's one of the reasons why Magicite bosses are completely different from any other game content, because suddenly multipliers, things outside of raw stats, become much, much more important, since you're kind of already expected to hit stat caps anyway for damage. You have to try and fish out damage from every source you possibly can.
Heck, you'll even notice I'm removing wall from my list. That is for speed. If I have to cast wall a third time, I have already lost this fight.
Yeah, by the way, if you happen to have Ishtola's Burst, she is probably one of the hardest of hard carries you can possibly ask for in this whole thing.
Yeah, Ishtola is going to be bringing Gathering Storm. We are going to be bringing, where is Dr. Monk's Teachings and Maiko Might on our friends Minfilia and Riku, and then dealing damage to everybody else. Let me check equipment. The one thing I do need to change is that Riku needs to actually have on a ranged weapon, which is going to be our Beyond weapon here. This one for that has a fire burst for Lon, which that actually could be something I could use in this fight too, but I'm choosing not to.
Yeah, like, again, our whole spiel about trying to fish out multiplier damage in order to make up for the fact that stat caps aren't going to be quite making the donuts here.
How do I pronounce Mako? Well, Mako as in Mako's might, the materia is Mako. Mako as in the name of the voice actor is Mako. That's how I pronounce the two.
Yeah.
Alright, we could also change this, these, Battleforged materia onto ones that deal more damage, but being able to cast my entry on my BSB more actually is a higher damage output from what I've noticed, so... anything else I could do to up my chance of victory? Not too much else. We're basically set. So, I think this is all the setup that I can do. Let me double check the, everything. Affliction Break, Fires Within. Yep, this is all the right abilities. Oh, no, wait, no, not yet. Sorry, I missed one. Mark of Conquest should be changed out because, Minfilia is not dealing damage. She's going to be, using an Arctic Armlet to stay alive longer.
We're numbered, Final Fantasy Record Keeper is one of the few phone games with the Final Fantasy brand that doesn't actually... It's not published by Square. Published by Dana, a company that has the rights to use the Final Fantasy IPs. So they kind of have to broker with Square to do basically anything outside of the mainline games.
I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and put it on the side.
Yeah, that seems fine.
So this is my, like, this party takes longer can complete the fight quicker, but is a lot more of a, like, coin flip. I've done this, I think, 5 times and had 2 victories with this party. So, like, but if I use, Realm instead of Minfilia, I lose a lot of my attack, but I gain a better last stand and a second healer.
Yeah. It's very hard to try and make more defensive plays, because if you lose damage during these fights, chances are you're probably just going to get creamed in the long run, especially considering once you go far enough out of the score range for your time, the bosses start flipping out and spamming their strongest AoEs.
After it's on a turn counter for most of the fights, but the turn counter is set up so that it is about 1:20.
Yeah.
All right. Also, much like torments and jump starts and things like that, if you lose the fight, you get refunded. Also, note you can't continue in the fight with Mithril. You gotta do this.
Oh, by the way, your keystone also gets refunded, so no harm, no foul.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna try this one, and then this is one I've done, so I'm doing this one to show off the difficulty of these fights on one I know I can do, and then I want to give another different one a shot, because I haven't given any of the ones that aren't Golem a shot. Okay, so here's Sea Lion.
Ugh. I'm honestly not really a big fan of Contest of Aeons with a chorus.
Yeah, luckily, like, our party has a lot of self-sufficient healing going on.
Mm-hmm.
So for these early parts in the fight, like, I can use Thief's Revenge and Fires Within to heal while I wrath up on Y'shtola, because Y'shtola needs to have 3 bars built by about I don't know, like 40 seconds, because after about 40 seconds in this fight, I need to be casting her BSB every turn. Not like, maybe sorta like, no, I actually need to be casting it every other turn or I'm dead. That's how this fight goes.
It's really stupid. Sea Lion is in 9. You fight him with Zidane.
Yep. Okay, we're gonna have to use a Curata just to keep Minfilia up. That'll be fine. Because she's Thunder God's Mites right now so that she can Wrath as much as possible and also keep things standing much easier in this early phase of the fight. Ruby Spark. Good old Ruby Spark.
So as you can see that Magicite Roaming Warrior orb in the top right corner of the menu, it's slowly filling up with each action.
Mm-hmm.
And once it's all full up, it's ready to go. That's the trade-off for having a second Roaming Warrior, essentially.
Yep.
On the plus side, Magicite does allow you to have more than 2 uses, provided you can level it up.
How many white mages have support 4 or better? What, Rosa and Y'shtola?
Larsa?
Larsa? Does Larsa have it?
Yes, he has support 5, actually.
Okay. Okay, we're not quite in our phase yet. Let's keep
It's why
wrathing.
Y'shtola's burst is just insanely good for this content, because she's very, very good at keeping you standing. Also,
My Y'shtola is fully Legend Dive, so her burst heals for about 6,000 plus the Stone Skin, and she can double cast.
oh yeah, this Magicite content is a very good excuse to get you to start Legend Diving your characters.
Yes. Alright, we're at 16 seconds in. That means we should be bursting with both of our burst characters here. So Sabin... Oh, there's Savage Lazaga, alright. Which is the most dangerous of moves that our friend here has.
Yeah, all of the Magicite bosses have a Savage attack that murders your face.
Yep. I'm trying as hard as possible not to use my BSB early.
Right. Because you want that backup.
Yeah.
On the plus side, it does, the timer really helps you see exactly when you need to put wall back up. It is a 30-second wall, so it is slightly longer than Tyra's wall.
Yep. Okay, good. Got the Curata off before taking another hit so I didn't burn my last stand. And a double Curata, alright.
I gotta say, this really kind of highlights a problem that DPS people have. Mostly because you're really trying to get as good of an equipment selection as possible to maximize your damage so that you don't die. The problem is, a lot of that accessibility will come through swords. You're probably... A lot of your good element boosting equipment's probably going to be swords.
Does double casting Wrath? I don't know of a way to double cast Wrath.
But no, to answer your question, double casting Wrath wouldn't work. Because double casting Life Siphon doesn't work. Same principle.
Alright. We are taking hefty hits, as you can see. This is the fight. This is it. So Sabin's burst move gives him a slight like damage and defense increase every time he uses it. So it slowly ramps up his damage more and more and more as this fight goes on. I think it's a 5% every use, maybe. It's small. Okay, I need a wall next turn with Riku.
Yeah, so the only reason this fight wasn't as bad for me was simply because I had Refia and Terra, the two most powerful fire options in the damn world.
Okay. So we're gonna get our wall back up.
But yeah, coming back to the whole entrust strategy, it's ridiculous how much a lot of your DPS can have to lean on having an entrust bot. It's like you want to fire off SBs constantly in order to get that damage up so you can accelerate their death.
Okay, we got the wall back on at 3288, which means our death timer is 10288. At that point, we will die. There's a Savage Blizzaga. That's actually quite poor. Asylum's cast time is actually slightly longer than the cast time between Sea Lion's attacks. Which means Sea Lion will get an attack off before I get off Asylum here, every time.
I mean, I'm probably thinking he's not going to get another Savage Blizzaga.
No, but
that's just me being...
He can't do that. He actually cannot.
Okay, good.
His AI prevents him from doing those two moves back to back, but he can do Savage Blizzaga into Savage Wing or Savage Blizzaga into Blizzaga.
Yes, Squirrel Token. Refia has a Legend Dive. It's actually monstrous. Her Legend Materia 2 is she gets a stackable 50% attack boost every time she lands a critical.
Mm-hmm.
Which means if you have her BSB, that's pretty much on immediately and constantly.
Yep. Okay, I'm gonna have to take a moment to re-affliction break. That's fine. I can take the moment off with Ophelia. She doesn't have too much else going on. Okay. Knight's Honor. Full heal Steiner.
Well, the good news is that you're chewing through his health faster in this latter phase because all of your buffs are already up.
Yep. But now we're in the phase where I effectively need to be casting my BSB entry every other turn or I lose.
Yes, because now he's in very low health, which means Savage Blizzaga will come out much more often.
Yeah. 40 seconds is when I've noticed for that. It might be a health threshold, too. It might be both.
And considering that you can't really mitigate bosses like these, elemental resist accessories become much, much more important just to weather their attacks even through Wall and Proshelga. Except the problem is you also need to juggle that with getting high enough DPS to end the fight without you getting killed anyway.
Yes. All right.
Very precarious balancing act.
I was going to say, I want him to hit Savage Wing before my BSB entry. Because I'm going to recast Last Stand anyway, and that'll waste an attack of his. But yeah, the Savage Blizzaga into Savage Wing combo is what ends most of my runs on this fight. Again, a minute and 2 is where we die, so we need to win before that. Riku's also going to run out of Hones. That generally happens around 50 seconds in this fight. Yeah,
eventually with content that demands this much thinking, you get into a sort of rhythm where you just are immediately going, okay, at this phase of the fight, he's going to be doing this sort of thing, I'm probably going to need Hones here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also nice, too, that Sabin's is a ramp, which means that he will keep getting better and better as time goes on.
Yep. Alright, so next turn has to be a BSB cast out of out of Y'shtola.
Also, in fights like these, you're basically praying for instant, like, dual cast Tetragrammaton.
So there's Savage Blizzago, which is going to trigger at least one. Yep, okay, just one. But I'm resetting that.
Yeah, is Menthilia fast enough in order to...
Yes.
Oh, good.
She'll make it. But now we're at the phase of the fight where I am just damage racing. There's nothing left. I'm effectively out of BSB casts. I'm just going to be using the command ones. I have BSB entries still, so I'm going to be using Knight's Honor plus a Perdition's Phoenix to try to finish off my opponent. I don't think it will.
We'll see.
Yeah, the in-game clock is not, you know, this hasn't been this short of a time, you know.
The in-game clock is always pausing when you're doing actions and shit.
It's also slower because I'm on speed 1.
Yep.
So here's Perdition's Phoenix, and at this point, the boss is going to be, like, near pixel health. I think I need one more, like, BSB entry in order to finish this for...
Heart's alive.
I know. This is such a close fight. Okay, I got quite lucky with the boss choosing to single target a Blizzaga rather than party-wide there, which means I'm going to get off another BSB cast. However, my wall's falling. Okay, wall is down.
Oh. I was getting really excited for you. It's like, is he going to get sub 1 minute on this? Oh.
No, we're close. I think I can still win this because I have Last Stand in my pocket, plus the shield from the BSB means that while 6,000 health looks like a little bit, it's actually much more than it appears. Flame Cannon might get the kill here at 103? Yes. Alright. And that's a Magicite Dungeon. I, again, would note that past that point, every attack was going to hit for about 6,000 to 7,000 AoE, so, we couldn't go any longer than that.
Yeah, congrats. That's actually really clutch.
So that's how the fight goes for me. I still haven't gotten a champion on it. You need 10 of the 12 medals. So I need to be able to get through this with a bit quicker, but that is what a Magicite fight looks like. I wanted to make sure that you all got to experience what that looks like. We level up our Magicite. Ooh, we get a Knoll and a Wendigo one.
Oh, Wendigo
Nice.
will really help you for Fenrir, assuming you have any ice.
I don't. That's the
Okay.
That's the problem. I chose this one
Okay.
because fire was one of my better elements, and but ice I have Shantoto and Renoa. End.
Fucking rip. Though Wendigo will still be extremely useful just as an ice imperil to bring along with you.
Yeah,
You don't have to lug Laguna around.
Yeah, so because I didn't have Wendigo. That's actually good. That means I have so leveling up Magicite. Let me go back and talk about that a little bit. Leveling up Magicite is kind of like weaponry. But it levels up with experience. So you see, my main Magicite is a sea lion that's at 50 of 65. But my sea lion over here is a 32 of 50, which, by the way, I'm going to change. We'll switch out sea lion for Wendigo. This interface is weird. I don't quite get why you have to triple click on things, but...
Yeah, like, I can't stand it. Just because the change button is so tiny, and also, like, no other button prompt requires you to do this much clicking.
But yeah, so Wendigo, I cannot use the Ultra Ice Break if Wendigo is a sub. A sub Magicite, I have to have it be the main one. But it will deal 4 magic ice stacks all targets and lower their ice resist. And it is uses 2, which means it can recharge, for a second time. It has Empower Ice, and it has Magic Boon, which ups your magic stats.
Yo, I honestly think this is one of the best Magicites that Sea Lion can drop.
Yeah. So,
Because on top of it being just a flat ice imperil that you can bring with you anywhere, it's a very aggressive attack boost.
yeah. So, the way it works is when I go to break Magicite level cap, you combine them like you would a weapon to make a 5-star weapon into a 6-star, a 6-star into a 7. So, like, when this hits 65, this Sea Lion, I'm going to combine it with this Sea Lion over here, and they'll eat each other, and then I will have a level 80 max Sea Lion.
Yeah, it's Puzzles and Dragons. You're feeding monsters and other monsters.
Right. You're feeding monsters and other monsters. You have a main monster and 4 sub-monsters. The main monster gets their main attack, but the sub-ones don't get their attack. It's very much like Puzzles and Dragons at all. And any like game that is a rip-off of Puzzles and Dragons. I don't know, rip-off of Puzzles and Dragons. Anyway, that is the idea. So, are there higher levels for these dungeons? In Japan, they don't even have the 4-star ones yet. Those are coming very soon. Right now, this is what exists, but there will be, as we can see. So if I go into tips here, and you can see ice, and then you can see all these other bosses going down this line. Let me go to one that has maybe a little bit more in fire. There's also a Holy and Dark one, I think, that's going to exist.
Yes, the Holy and Dark one will be coming, like, much sooner.
Yeah, so if I go to tips here, we can see in the fire dungeon, we have Liquid Flame, and then you can see Mom Bomb, and... oh god, I don't recognize the fire-breathing dragon here. But there are going to be 4, like, harder ones. Magicite is like a roaming warrior, yes.
Magicite is, more importantly, a roaming warrior that doesn't conflict with the roaming warriors that you normally get. It's a second one.
God, could I don't even know if I could do Fenrir.
Well, you just have Renoa's BSB1, right?
Renoa's BSB1 and Shantoto's off, like, ice, you know, because it's an enlightening.
I don't like your chances, buddy.
Yeah. Bismarck might be more doable. I've got a lot of lightning options.
I guess we should go ahead and send out our little PSA about Golem in particular. Because wind is one of the most physically oriented elements.
I'm just gonna fight Golem. Let's fight Golem here quick. Let's show that off.
Sure, go ahead.
So I'm gonna bring Bart's, and I'm gonna bring, let's say, Sid, because they're both physical wind damage dealers.
So wind is a fairly commonly represented element. It's very physical leaning, and you're thinking, oh, you know what? I got plenty of good wind. I can just sort of roll in there with fight Golem. Well, you might want to check yourself, because Golem doesn't demand just any old wind. He demands magic wind.
Yeah, as we'll show off why here in a moment. But I think so with Bart's, I'm going to go with a N-Wind into USB sort of style plan. That's my game plan with where my damage is going to come from there, and then Sid's just going to be BSBing.
Yeah, in fact, I'm thinking that the reason why Golem is so heavily, like, why he so heavily no-sells physical wind is specifically because of Cloud USB into BSB2.
But yeah, this is definitely, like, we'll be showing it off here, but this is demanding, like, Fusion BSB or Elfino BSB, which I have Elfino's BSB, so, like, I could bring that, but I feel like I want more than just that. Ninja Magic also is very powerful in these, just as a, like, flat, because ignoring res.
Yeah, Raging Storm works wonders here. You can easily get quad 9s, provided that you have, like, an in-win setup, or maybe just, like, a couple of buffs, some good multipliers or whatnot. The problem is, with Magic Wind, We have 3 BSBs that can do magic wind damage, and the only SBs that can do magic wind damage in general belong to Fujin.
Oh heck, my dash and slash is only honed to 1. This is gonna be, by the way. So this is just gonna be me getting trounced. By the way, this is.
I expected as much.
I wanna make that very clear. We're going in here, and if I can get to like 70% health, I'll feel good. But you get a refund on it, so who cares?
So you want Fujin, you want Alphanod. The only other person who could deal magic wind damage to would be Emperor Mateus from FF2.
Yeah. Oh my god. Alright, hold on. I made a mistake. It's very obvious when you see it. Let's not. We don't need you to be berserked there, bud.
Let's not do that.
Berserker risk. I should have known. Went on in the golem and the berserker risk got me.
Zack Windchain for no benefit. Yeah.
Okay. Let's try that again. So, the trick with this being Golem is that if you're actually familiar with FF5, you might guess that physical characters are absolutely horrible here because of what Golem does in FF5. And we'll be seeing Earthen Wall very soon.
I still think that they massively overcompensated for Cloud.
True.
They were like trying super fucking hard to no-sell USB into BSB2.
Oh shit, he leads with Protect, too. Whoops.
Yeah, this dude could not scream, "Don't bring physicals" any harder.
Yeah. How can I fit a Dispel in here? Just got punched in the dang face right before my wall comes up. Alright, fine, you jerk.
Uh-oh.
But yeah. Yeah, having to squeeze in the Dispel again. That's one of the reasons you don't. Another reason you don't want to be bringing physical here is like you really don't want to have to squeeze in a Dispel on this sort of fight. God, Bartz, you are trying, my friend. Bartz is double casting that snow spell strike, and oh my goodness, like.
Yeah, not really getting anywhere. The only physical character who could possibly hack this is Sephiroth, and not just with his BSB2. I'm talking about his old-ass BSB1 with the 2-hit defense ignoring command.
There's Earthshaker for 3,000. Is Earthen Wall percentage based, or is it? When Earthen Wall hits, you'll see. It is a shield that is, I think. Oh, I was gonna say 50,000.
But yeah, it's basically a stone skin that responds only to physical attacks.
I was gonna say 50. So this is probably where we take a metric ton of damage.
Yeah, I want to see how much the Savage version of Earthshaker runs for.
I kind of want to give this a legit try, moving in Banishing Strike instead of Affliction Break. I might do that after this.
Yeah. The big problem, though, is that Savage Earthshaker has a 30% chance to stun.
Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So check out, like, we are hitting super freaking hard, though, with our, Okay, it's 30,000. Okay, I thought 50.
Yeah, I gotta admit, you really are giving it your all. I can actually see black on his health bar.
Oh, yeah, like, I can... This is a legitimate fight, it's just that all of a sudden, at some point, like... For one, he's protected, so, like, it is a fool's errand in the first place, but, like... Oh, I timed that wrong. I wanted that Blessing Light to hit right after Savage Earth. Whoops! Oh, well. Whatever, we get our Asylum in anyway.
Holy shit. The Savage Earth Roar goes off, and then everyone's guts proc.
Yeah. We're also gonna have to re-wall soon. I'm gonna give him the Hand of the Crystals. Oh, here's Earthen Wall. Guess how much damage that Hand of the Crystals is doing. Oh boy. So here's my OSB. Winded. It's as powerful as it can be. 0 damage. Fucking nothing. I think it was about 28,000. Anyway, welcome to Golem. Please don't try physical. Just anything else.
I'm sorry, it's just insanely rude to demand the most fringe cases out of the most physically leaning element in the game.
Yeah.
Though, to be honest, Hydra's a little bit rude, too, just because Earth is not a very common element at all.
Alright, I'm gonna restart this, but, with Banishing Strike, and I'm gonna give it one more shot. Oh, well, whatever. I don't even know why I restarted if I'm just doing the return. But yeah, let's cast return. Should have just fleed in the first place. We'll switch over to Banishing Strike instead of Affliction Break. Which, oh god, I really want Affliction Break though in this fight. Where the hell do I fit a Dispel in?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you, because, like, it's a dead space, essentially, and you kind of can't afford dead spaces in fights this demanding.
I know.
Oh yeah, Fujin OSB is very good for this.
Yes, Fusion is... Yeah, Fusion BSB, that sort of stuff is definitely real as hell here. I'm just gonna... Maybe...
Yes, Kasumi Blue. OSBs... Like, a lot of what the Magicite bosses seem to want is specifically in-element OSBs with Entrust Mules just throwing bars at them. A couple of buffs that I can recommend, just for starters. If you have Onion Knight's BSB, that's fantastic. If you have Ramza's USB, that's also fantastic, because he works really well as a Entrust Mule, since he can also kind of dip into the pool for History's Truth every now and then. Maybe a Shout.
Yeah. Yeah, like starting with Shout and then doing that. Alright, we're gonna give this one, like, other try, and then I want to try Bismarck for real once and see how that plays out.
Sure.
Bismarck, I feel like I've got a lot of different lightning things to bring to bear, so I feel like I've got possibilities there. Raijin BSB, like I've got enough. Like, okay, Wrath, Blessing of Light. Yeah, there's a new Torment coming pretty soon here. I think it might be today. I don't know.
Which one is it?
Ruby Dragon FF8.
Ooh, that one's the Ice Week one.
Yeah, I can't touch that.
Yeah, I'm already trying to mentally work out my CM team for that. Because there's definitely going to be Adia, Irvine, and... No, Adia, Laguna, and someone else.
Okay.
Squirrel token, define Spellblade, especially since Squall's BSB2 is all about Spellblade typing commands.
FF8 is like... FF8 has like a Spellblade, of course, but...
Yeah. FF8's Ice World.
Yeah, it's kind of funky that that is... Oh, summons would be what I would expect it to be, because everybody has GFs, you know?
Yeah, except FF8 was kind of an early realm, and giving everyone Summon 5 would be too busted, so they kind of had to do stupid shit to get around that.
Yeah, no, I get you. Alright. We're dealing legitimate damage without that, protect on. Job boats.
This is what Jins is doing. He's here to get people hope.
Just keep getting punched.
Yeah, just keep punching, Golem. Don't drop that rock.
Yeah, don't you dare drop a rock on my head. Savage Earthshaker. Don't even care. Move's fake. Nobody got interrupted. I'm just here to deal more damage to you.
Yeah, by the way, all my major Earth Resist, Wall, etc., even the Earth Resist from Magicite, still 4,000 damage, because that's how Savage Earthshaker rolls.
Oh, he gets to double cast that move.
Yeah, that was kind of the end of several of my fights.
Oh, because again, Bismarck can't double cast that, or not Bismarck. Sea Lion can't double cast that. I'm pretty sure.
By the way, this dude has the highest health of any of the bosses.
Anyway, we're still standing though, so
Against all odds.
yeah, we're still here. Okay, last stand to back up.
Yeah, Golem mastered the Red Mage classes of Rock and Punch.
There's Earth and Wall. Just 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0.
Yeah, here's a mini boss worth of health for you to chew through. I get to cast this more than once, by the way.
Just rocks on my head.
I think my third character is going to be Fujin because I appreciate the debuff.
Dragon Dive again. So Hand of the Crystals is probably going to do like 10,000 damage here. No, actually there's no Protect. Wow, 30,000 through Earth and Wall.
Holy shit. Bartz.
Look,
My
Bartz,
boy.
Bartz is strong. Bartz, you gotta hang on! Yeah, that's why I thought it was gonna be 10,000. I knew that Earth and Wall was at about half of its effectiveness.
I mean, when it gets this dicey, you have to make, like, lickety-split decisions about what you want to risk when you're healing.
Yeah.
And the outcome is always you're praying for double cast.
Just barely got to the asylum.
I can't believe you're almost halfway.
Look! This is how powerful my wind game is.
This is how powerful your spite is.
There's a Savage Earthshaker to counter me bringing... Oh, wow. No! Sweet. Interrupt on Y'shtola who had no bar. Cool. Doesn't mean anything, jackass.
Yeah, going back to the whole Mega Man analogy for these boss orders, a lot of the...
By the way, he just cast Earth and Wall again.
What a fucker. A lot of the Magicite that you get from these bosses both helps you farm the boss more efficiently and also helps you specifically fight the next boss in the line. Though it's not just a simple matter of getting the Magicite, you also kind of have to level it up a little bit so that the bonuses mean something. So it's kind of like if you were to Buster Duel Metal Man, but you had to farm up the Metal Blade until it was at level 100 before you could fight Bubble Man.
I'm trying to believe here.
Look, you've already gone above and beyond the Call of Duty. I never imagined this to be not a losing prospect, but you're...
I'm forcing it, damn it!
Yeah, your flagrant disrespect is quite strong and something that I can get behind.
Getting Bart's BSB2 would be or BSB3 would be an improvement here as well for physical because there's Wind Riders on all that shit.
They're through the second line!
Alright, Choker Romp, here we go. Bartz, you gotta blast him. There's a Wind Rider, yeah, his Earth BSB is also Earth/Wind. It's so good, it's so good.
Oh wow, did they just do that because... Oh man. That must suck for people who never got Choco Romp.
Yeah, the little... on the Choco Romp. Wow, Golem, you're a little fast here, bud.
The Golem's picking up the pace. What the fuck? Did you just do 60,000?
Yes.
Dang. I have severely underestimated just how powerful wind can be in the face of just this dire-ass bullshit. Cockamamie'd up in order to resist one combo.
I've got him under half.
That's roughly 1,000 times better than I thought you would have had him under.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
if he just wouldn't go berserk, you might be able to just whittle him down. Although, actually, I think he does have a 2-minute mark on him because he takes a while.
The problem is Savage Earthshaker is still a hell thing to deal with.
Well, it'll be a hell thing to deal with in all circumstances it pierces anyway.
Sweet. Also, my wall's down.
Minfilia, you're gonna be riding that guts harder than ever.
Yeah, Yashola can't refresh the wall, so we're gonna take the death here. But I am gonna crush as much as I can on this boss. Oh, punching Bart's in the face. Golem used rock polish. Yep. There's a Savage Earthshaker. I think that's got me out. Oh, well, never mind. Okay, cool. I'm still here.
How are you still here? This fucker is dynamite!
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really sure how I'm still here.
This is it, you're alive with the Master of Fraud.
Busting a light back up. Everybody's got the last stand up again.
Good.
What's wall?
You're
Who,
a wrecking ball.
who needs wall? I don't know what wall is. I've never heard of that.
God, you have no idea how hard everyone is rooting for you.
Oh god. I got delayed. No! No! Oh no!
We're starting to fall apart here.
Yeah, I got delayed on Y'shtola, so Asylum didn't go off. So Bart's is down.
Well, so much for your damage.
I tried. I'm stunned that this is real, by the way. Like, that golem is at so low health. Like, oh, and
I don't even care more. Like, even if you manage to eke out a win with this Three Stooges shit, I will just be beside myself.
oh, our buddy's in rage mode now.
Oh dear.
That was good. That was really good.
It was. I was so I was so happy for you.
All right, let's So that's we got to show off the timer too. So if you get to a minute 20, that's what happens. Boom.
You also got to show off the fact that you can, like, forget what I just said about magic wind. Like, this is real. This is fine. You can do this.
All right, let's end this off with Bismarck Savage. Bismarck Savage is a bit strange because Bismarck you can't actually bring, like, single, yeah, Magic Wind bypasses Earth and Wall. You can't bring, like, Water Resist. He brings everything.
Yeah, because he brings, like, all the other different elements just to scare you.
So, alright. Anyway, we are going to bring Raijin, and we are going to bring, Orlando. And we're going to rely on this shell of Minfilia Riku Y'shtola that's been doing us good so far. We're going to stick with that.
Yeah, I noticed that when I do Magicite fights, it is always the 2 top DPS in that particular element, plus the 3 clowns I had been taking to every fight.
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it. Master Zah makes a good point. The reason why he's able to use fire, ice, and lightning is because he did that in FF6.
It is what he did in FF6. You are
He
right.
taught all the basic elements.
And you can't bring a Gigas Armlet because that has a weakness on it. You'll get owned for it. Alright, so we want to bring that. Abilities. We don't need Meteor Crush. I like... What does our buddy here resist? Lightning. Okay.
Huh. Like, a couple of these Magicite bosses are just flat neutral to one element, but the vast majority of them just go, bring my weakness, or bring a coffin.
Also, you can't bring a Gigas Armlet if you don't have one. Yeah, that's also true.
Yeah, that's true. Gigas Armlets have just not been around for a while. It's because they're too strong.
Alright, so this is a fight where Sid is just going to be OSBing.
As he always does?
Yeah, also, he should be bringing, instead of Thundering Twin Strike, I probably should just bring, like, Dark Bargain or something like that.
Yeah, like, the good news is that, Sid's OSB has a very high multiplier, so it should still be doing very excellent damage.
I'm gonna bring Thundering Twin Strike. We'll stick with that. Affliction Break, Tempest Snipe.
Oh, yeah.
No, not Dispel. This could be this could be an Entrust fight.
Yeah, this could be an Entrust fight. I mean, they're all technically Entrust fights, but this could push him over the edge.
Could be.
Also, does Raijin have his staff?
Yeah, let me... I'm still adjusting equipment. That is...
Because I'd honestly recommend that you do that just for the plus lightning.
Is that better than 40 attack? That's what I'm giving up, is 41 attack.
I would possibly say yes, because you're going to be trying to hit the stat cap on these fights anyway. So, like, the higher you are, the closer you are to the stat cap, the more element bonuses start mattering.
Yeah.
But in a vacuum, it's usually plus 40 attack.
Any other lightning weaponry I have around? No, nothing else. Hold on. Somebody could wear Ash's Defiance. Yeah. Ash's BSB armor has a lightning on it as well.
That it does.
Do I want to give that? Do I just want to give both of those to? Nah. Let's go with this. Okay. So Soul Break again. I take off everything that isn't the base necessities here because we want speed is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which also does mean I generally don't bring Wall. It's kind of crazy not to bring Wall to a fight. The the speed of casting Asylum is too important.
Plus, you're already bringing wall, so no big deal.
Yeah. Alright, and then record materia, we need both of these people need to be able to build up meter quick.
I'm honestly just glad that you have two good buffs.
Yeah. Alright, let's see how Bismarck plays. Alright, Bismarck. Ready to party? I should turn off the... There we go. Ooh. Fire Emblem Heroes thing. Alright. Having Riku's USB is, I think, the reason I'm able to do these fights. Like, you know?
So now we're fighting the embodiment of content chasing in Record Keeper.
Yeah. Okay, walls up, defenses are up. That's the best I can hope for now. We've got a... Raijin might fall over, like, too quick in this fight if something goes wrong here. Yeah, I think Raijin's just gonna fall over on... No, well, I've got last stand-up, but that's kind of bad to see that break on, you know, turn 3.
I give it a pass just because your buffs weren't all the way up.
Yeah. It bothers me. Oh, I should have Thunder Godded. I should Thunder God the moment I have it to get Thunder God Sid mode going.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, oh wait, it's an OSB, just save it. Oh wait, it's Thunder God Sid's OSB.
Yeah, that was what I thought, was like...
It is a little strange because Sid's OSB does not play like any other OSB in the game. You ramp. You don't save.
Yep, and we're kind of staying alive early. Thief's Revenge always helps. Like, that means Riku's a little more self-sufficient as far as defense goes. I'm gonna have Raijin healing as well in this fight.
See,
Holy and Thunder. It is both.
yes, Holy and Thunder. Yes, Sid's OSB is a proto-EX mode.
Yep, it's really cool. Alright, I'm burning Asylum early.
Yeah, almost 50k out of the gate. That spells pretty good tidings for Sid.
Yeah. And here comes the Raijin special!
See, I was a little bit worried about how Raijin would perform in a speedrun fight, because he's kind of built to play the long waiting game.
Mm-hmm. I think he'll be alright.
Zane Zero, yes. I believe it is possible to have a full Sid team. You got,
Yep, there are 5 Sids.
yeah,
he is
Sid Reigns, or Sid 7, Sid Garland from 14, and Sid, Thunder God Sid.
Thunder God Sid is named Thunder God Sid. That is his nickname in the game. He has access to every knight skill in the game. Aim in tactics. Like, he has Thunder because his name is Thunder God Sid. Like, that's not a... Like, that is his title. Like...
Yeah, that's his title.
I need to wall again, I think, on Riku's next turn. He had Holy and Dark skills. There was an event where if you brought Sids in, they had dialogue. It was pretty cool.
I think it's Thunder God because there's this thing called Style.
God, I am having a bit of trouble staying alive.
You're making a concerted effort. I appreciate that.
There's Savage Breach Blast. Oh, people are gonna die here.
It's...
Can I... If I hit auto, maybe that'll actually get it off quicker. Yes! Double cast, hell yeah!
Nice! Back in the saddle.
God, that was, like... That net needed to be double cast or Midphilia fell over.
Yeah, welcome to Ish in basically every Magicite fight. Hopes and prayers.
Yep. We're at 30 seconds and half health.
You're making good time. Also, like the other reminder that Raijin is just still charging, and you're still this far ahead. At this point, I'm just kind of hoping that he gets like quad 9s on all his charges.
God! 3 last stands break at once. This is so much damage.
What a world of hurt.
Okay, we gotta style him off so we're not gonna just fall over dead.
How's your wall?
It's back up. We have about a minute. 101 is our death timer.
Okay.
We won't make that time. We'll die before that.
I feel like you can cinch the gap. That being said, Bismarck remains insanely rude.
Yep.
Also, it's very interesting that you're able to just rely on Blessing of Light. Raijin doesn't have to waste time with Meteor Crush.
Yep. Yeah, these doubles have been saving my damn life. Okay, Blessing of Light's back up. God! Stoneskin doesn't let you build meteor. What if you just fucking die? Like, what if that happens, huh? You ever think of that one? Because he can go Savage Breach Blast. That is all 5. Oh no, Sid's didn't break. Okay. God. All right, I think I need to break my Raijin button.
Oh my god, just like the entire row of people suddenly breaking is just murder on my heart.
I know. Sid didn't fall.
Is it Raijin time?
Raijin detonate. Savage Breach
Yes, I wrote this
Blast.
song in the next 50 turns. It's called Master Exploder. Oh, I'm gonna see something special in the next 5 seconds.
God, it needs to be more, though.
It's fine. Orlando can deal.
What was that? That was Raijin's Command 2 on his BSB. Command 1 gives it an attack and a doubled multiplier every time you use it, stacking up to 10 attacks. Oh my god, these doublers! So his entry... Yeah. So when you use Cloud USB with that, you basically win the game. That's how it functions.
Yeah, his entry off-heals a character for 40% of their health, but also gives him a charge. Every single charge that stacks up to 6 boosts both the damage and the multiplier on his Command 2. Increases the number of hits, increases the multiplier on your damage. Not even just like a stat cap, I'm talking like a multiplier.
Also, Y'shtola with these doublers has been ridiculous. Anyway, are you done? Bismarck's done, 52.
Holy crap! First up 1 minute, how do you feel?
I knew that lightning was my strongest element that wasn't wind, so I felt, yeah, that's pretty strong. We got there. No champion on it because we took too much damage, but we made it. And let's see what our prizes are. Okay. Waterflan, Sahagin, Angraform, Enki. I'll have to check out what Enki is. We got a lot of prizes though. Also, we get 10 holy crystals. By the way, there's a billion crystals in here, and the Bismarck Magicite.
Nice.
So let's check out what those Magicites do, and then add them to our squad. They'll assist us in fighting, oh, complete 3 Magicite Dungeons, and you get a keystone. I'll take that, thank you very much.
Oh, god damn it, I forgot that you, like, the weekly mission.
Yeah, it's a weekly mission. After you beat 3, you get an extra one. Alright, so let's go ahead and go to... Actually, we'll do this in here. So Enki... Actually, let's enter dungeon.
So is Enki the fucking tree thing from FF13?
Taking a look. Alright, I want to switch out Null. Alright. Alright, so, Ultra Breach Blast, which is Bismarck's, instantly deal 4 water magic attacks to all targets, grant allies that elemental barrier for fire. Okay. So, we beat, Sea Lion and this one. These are the 2 we've done on stream.
So it lets you dodge a fire attack, or just gives you fire resistance?
Yeah, well, dodge a fire attack. However, Enki's temporarily raises the fire resistance of all allies.
Yeah, that's cool.
Before that, we did Sea Lion, Captain Douglas. Which is where our... Ooh, and a Mind Boon.
Yo, Captain Douglas, you just, like, You just missed Extreme Fraud, where he managed to whittle down Golem to, like, 5% of his health with only physical characters.
I said this on that one. That was good. But yeah, so now we've gotten 2 of them. We've gotten 2 of them down, though. And this means I have Bismarck's Dampen Water, which is going to help us against Bismarck. You know?
Mm-hmm.
We'll be able to take a little less damage from Breach Blast. Empower Water from Enki is going to give us more power against Liquid Flame. Do I have enough, stamina for Liquid Flame?
I
do.
Like, what's your water look like?
Titus, OSB, and Bart's, which is good enough, I think. I'm gonna give this a shot. This is gonna be the last one of the night. You can... I'm assuming you can't feed the Magicite eggs. You can't feed them eggs, but you can feed them Arcana, which is
a different type of egg.
From the rewards, if we go to rewards, standard rewards, Greater Arcana, these are eggs for Magicite. Actually, undo. We're gonna try this. Give it a shot. I don't know if this is, like, real, but I'm sure as hell gonna try it. Because Bart's is all the water I need to be able to do anything in this game. I beat Gios with Bart's, so...
So, you want him to stay out of tornado form because that's where the Imperil Fire comes from.
Okay. I'm just gonna give Titus... Titus doesn't have it in water is the problem. I just have Energy Rain and Leap and Rush, which is this ancient thing I pulled off of a Nightmare banner way back in the day.
Oh, that's right. You have Woken Water. And
Yeah.
that helps a lot with Bart's.
I've Woken Water into Hand of the Crystals if I want real damage, like... Or I could just, like, 4x Woken Water hits with the doublers on the... Which is, I think, what I'm gonna do. I'm actually going to change the record material. Yeah, I'm going to keep the record materia to be another doubler for Spellblade chances. And we're just going to try to double up on Spellblade uses. Riku gets to switch over from Tempest Snipe to... Sapphire Shot?
Because Riku can basically hit every element.
Yeah. The only thing she can't hit are, like, Holy Dark.
Acceptable losses.
And also, I think I can afford to, let's go resist fire. I can put a moderate resist on Bart's and a major resist on... Oof.
It's a good thing we have so many fire resist accessories comparatively.
And then I also want to check for instant KO for this fight. I'm going to give Y'shtola a instant KO resist accessory. Because there is some in this fight, from memory. Okay. Now we just have to get rid of all the soul breaks we're not using. We'll give this a run and see how it plays. So Tornado form is the one I hate?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay.
It's either that or their hand. One of them has the fire imperil, the other one has the I'm gonna heal myself with Faraga.
Hand has to be the one that heals with Faraga, because that's how it works in the game. Also, we're lucky.
There we go. Get him.
There isn't a, like, immunity to water or anything like that on, in here. There's a lot of tips, and the rewards we have. So our three we can get from this one are Salamander, which is just Empower Fire and Deadly Strikes. Increase crit hit damage. Whoa. Mom Bomb, which is deal 4 magic fire attacks and lower the fire resist, and attack boon. And then the one we should get from Victory is Liquid Flame, which is the normal one, the instant cast, 4 hit, and barriered for the element next up.
God, like either of the, like all of these Magicites would be fantastic for me.
Yep. So we're gonna give this our last run of the night and see how it plays. I just want to make one last check to make sure everything is good. Soul breaks on everybody are right. Okay. Hell, we even have water, like, damaged up from one of our, Magicite, so...
Yes, also, Tidus's OSB sword is one of the few plus water weapons in the game.
Yeah, it's also... I have it as a 7-star weapon that's fully, decked out in, Rosetta Stones.
Oh good, Murder's Face.
Yeah, so, and it's on parts, so, yeah. Alright. So let's put this up. I gotta edit scene to fit it. Alright. Here we go. Liquid Flame. Last fight of the night.
I've seen people beat him a little less, so I think that you just might have enough to do it. And in water OSB, absolutely.
Yeah, this is in FF5. Is the fight right before the fire crystal on the flame ship, right before the third crystal of the game. It has 3,000 health and switches between these forms every time it gets hit. It's a fun one. You end up trying to use a frost rod, but one of the forms actually absorbs, it like won't take the damage from it, so like you gotta be careful on where you use your frost rod.
Oh, by the way, somebody pointed out in the chat way back when we were talking about the whack-ass 28-second video where Cloud just counters the thing to death, because that is actually a thing that you can do in FF5.
Yes. In FF5, you can do counter hits to kill it. It's very silly. Alright, there's the hand switch. Poke a god, sure, whatever. $65,000 for each tap of the double strike on a... wow. There's the tornado.
That's pretty real. Bards, you are just wonderful. And secretly, I really want Woken Water.
Woken Water is really good.
Yeah, like, I didn't think much of it when I was looking at it on paper, but then I realized it's water, and it's Spellblade type.
Right.
And Bartz is, like, incredibly good at Spellblading.
Oh god, Counterblaze. Cut that shit out.
Also, you're dealing some pretty real numbers.
Yeah.
I must say.
Ooh, double cure on a hell yeah. My only problem right now is that I actually made a mistake at the beginning of the fight that might cost me. And it's enough that if this falls apart, I'm willing to give it a second shot. The mistake being that Bart's used the wall rather than, like, attacking, and he doesn't have a... like, a way to... he doesn't have a thing that lets him build meter faster, so it's a little bit of an annoyance to have him be the one that, like, missed a meter building turn.
Oh, yeah, so you're just, like, hoping that he stays in the race.
Yeah. We're going into Asylum. Alright, here we go. Woken Water. So Woken Water is where we're going to be staying most of this fight. We're just going to be using the second hit from Bart's. Hey, Medibot, you're here just in time to see Bart's fight Liquid Flame. That's normal.
Welcome to Magicite, where we have only the most powerful orbs.
Here's Woken Water, hell yeah. Tightest chain, oh, that'd be nice.
Wouldn't it?
Alright, so Riku's gonna have to use Wall again on next turn. Deadly Rays!
Oh, the rays! I hope that didn't fuck you. So, Bart's water BSB is a little simplistic, but very functional. It's just one of his commands is a 4-hit water spellblade attack, and the other one is a it's kind of like Mug Power. Gives him the 50% attack boost.
Yep.
Lowers the enemy's attack by a similar amount.
Yeah, which I'm not bothering with in this fight because we have that attack boost from our friend Minfilia in the party, and the decrease in damage isn't enough.
Like, yeah, well, usually a lot of BSBs are much more interesting just by themselves, but Woken Water is a great end water for Bart, so I'm not complaining at all. The fact that it is typed Spellblade really makes it worthwhile, just because Bart's is absolutely amazing at Spellblades.
Yep. Alright, walls back up. 35.
Also, I tend to give it a little bit extra... I like it a little bit more because water is an element that can always use a bit more coverage.
Yeah. Keep on energy raining, Titus. That's your job.
Keep firing the beams.
Every once in a while, a beam comes out for 2,700 damage, 27,000 damage, or 29,000 damage, I guess. And then that's it. That's your job.
You have been doing way better on these fights than I thought you would. Given your amount of confidence going in, it was just like, let's try one fight and see how we do. I don't really think we can. And then all of a sudden, you're here.
Spellblade Torrent. X fight.
Yeah, give me that dual wield Spellblade X fight action.
Alright, 40 seconds in, we're under half and we're already ramped, so like we don't have to worry about that portion of the fight.
Oh yeah, that's also right. Bart's, like, people tend to love Bart's Earth BSB more just because it's doing more stuff. I mean, both the water and Earth are great. Bart's is just great.
Yeah.
Bart's has a monstrous amount of elemental coverage, and he pushes every single one of them very hard.
Alright, so Bart's has fallen out of Woken Water. That's alright.
Does he still have his element?
Yeah. Oh! Oh! The sap just took some people out. Uh-oh. I last standed, but not quick enough. Uh-oh.
Oh, hell.
Uh-oh. This is on Bart's alone now. The rays have dealt damage.
Yeah, like... I wouldn't risk Hand of the Crystals in water lasting so long.
No, I'm going Woken Water again. I think we're just gonna fall over on this fight because of this. Alright, this is something I can... It's always been on Bart's alone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, this is very doable with your team. It's just that you just got unlucky with the sap.
Yeah, poor timing on my part. The mistake at the beginning did not help me with the setup.
Yeah, I think I'm basically just gonna, like, pull on FF5 banner 1, see what happens. If I get anything good for Bart's, then Yeah, sure.
Just keep dealing damage with that Spellblade Torrent.
Oh, hell. God, please tell me that he can salvage this with Hand of the Crystal.
That's the hope.
I don't believe there is a new character for 5 on this banner.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Yeah, the real reason why everyone's like crowing over this banner is mainly because of Bartz's new USB, the chicken knife. And all I got to say about that is they are pushing the chicken knife dual wield X-Fight Spellblade angle on Bartz hard.
I love that the chicken knife gives freaking +5 speed.
Oh my god, does it?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Come on. Oh god, that's not enough. We're still here though.
Do you still have some more engulfing twin strikes? Because otherwise you could probably take advantage of those while you're still in watered.
Yeah. Well, I'm out of those.
Damn.
I probably should have went for the BSB entry. I'm not gonna have enough damage to beat it before the timer. Still gonna try, though. Y'shtola's not gonna let people die, damn it!
Yeah, this is a far cry from, like, this fight is basically, okay, I could probably do this with a better setup and a little bit more luck. Whereas, when you got Golem to this level, you were doing it with sticks and harsh language.
Yeah, alright. So we're taking the death here. I'm gonna give it one more shot because I think that there are changes that I could make to tactical elements within the fight to perform better.
Yeah.
So I want to do those. No changes to equipment. I don't think that's necessary in any way.
Kasumi Blue, you can still save Mithril from the fest. It's actually like a month away.
Alright. I'm not. I love FF5, and I'm willing to spend. Yeah. We can fix it.
Like, at this point, I mainly just want to pull on the NES banner because I want to get, like, any good FF1 stuff. Because Astos is going to kick my balls in forever.
Whatever. I've accepted that I don't have any... Counterblaze! Oh, alright.
Oh, man.
Can you screw off? Please leave? Stop it? No? I don't want any? Okay. Whatever, let's Kurata.
God, shoutouts to Y'shtola for saving your bacon, like, so many times when you should have fallen over.
Y'shtola's unkillable, it's ridiculous. Okay, we're in hand. It's fine. It's got the poke, but it's not really a problem.
Next to me, Blue. So, the 30th anniversary fest is We got an NES banner, which is 1 through 3, SNES banner 4 through 6, PlayStation banner, which is 7 through 9, PS2 banner, which is 10 through 12, and then the banner, which is everything else, because console releases were whack during that time.
Okay, I'm going one more life siphon than I need to, because I want to have enough meter left over to keep going. Like, I don't want Woken Water to fall off and me not to be able to do anything with it.
13 and 15 are the PC banner, retroactively. I understand.
Woken Water. And we steal the heart. Alright. Counterfeira. It's fine. Didn't do anything. Woken Water. Alright. So it begins.
Here comes the water boy.
Yep, there's the Mraze.
Yeah, Caius' record material would be start the battle by hitting the opponent 3 times.
Come on.
At least it's easy to keep him shifting forms.
Yeah.
The Savage Faraga sucks.
Well, that was actually the real reason that, like, getting knocked out there, like, kicked me out of like, the fight, because I wasn't able to hit quick enough to shift forms.
I just want this awful man dead.
We're ramping a bit slower than last time, but I have more meter, so...
Look, if we can quad Berserker this asshole in 5, I think I like our odds here.
Yeah, true. We got 5 people this time. For one. So, yeah. I need to reapply wall pretty quick here.
Mm-hmm.
That's Riku's next turn, is reapplying that.
You got like a few second buffer because of, you know, cast time for the wall period.
Right. But it's still her next action.
That buffer might also still be incredibly fake depending on his casting speed. That's the real art of math. You think about the real numbers, and then you start thinking about the imaginary numbers, which are actual things that exist.
Beams.
Kill Pride, we're not thinking about using our Espers.
Oh,
because,
F! I didn't set up the right Esper for this fight. You are right, though, Q. That you are correct. I'm on the wrong Esper for the fight. That is a...
It's cool, though. Like, all of your prep is, like, excluding the Esper, so...
Right, but it is that is good to call, because that is a misstep. I should be on, because right now I'm on, Sea Lion still, and I shouldn't be on Sea Lion. I should be on, Bismarck for the dodges that it gives.
Yeah, also the fact that, They haven't really fixed how Magicite equipping works in your favorites list. Basically, if you have any old favorites, they don't save the Magicite that you happen to equip on them. You kind of have to make whole new teams. It's strange.
Well, the buff passive water damage is on. Like, I equipped it, but it's not my main Magicite. So that like boost, we still get right now.
Yeah, the boost is there. It's just he doesn't have the right main.
Yeah, my main one isn't correct. So I did remember to change that though. Thank you for bringing that up. I wouldn't have thought about it.
Yeah, like I wasn't thinking about it either. I was just sort of being like, well, water damage.
Did we give Riku something to do right now? Because Riku's out of moves.
That's a bad place for Riku to be.
Alright, Woken Water again. Woken Water's entry does more than my OSB.
Yeah, it's a little wild. I mean, what? Fuck the haters. Woken Water kicks ass.
Alright, we're under half. We're not going to have as good a time on this, but we should get a victory as long as we don't get another, like, breakdown like we did the last time.
I mean, any step is what counts. You are still getting, like, tons of swag out of this.
Yep. We're not going to sub-minute this, though.
I feel like you could master this because it doesn't look like you've been taking as much damage as everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, for starters, you haven't been, like, panicking every 5 seconds because your guts fell off.
Triple Stone Spellblade Torrent, yes! Get out of your form. Just immediately leave whatever form you're in. Screw off.
So who wants to see Bartz do that constantly? It can be yours with the chicken knife.
Yeah, the chicken knife lets that happen normally rather than on like something like a 5%.
The chicken knife is like, okay, I'm gonna shove 10 different spell blades in your face with like 4 different
Asylum, please, no!
coverages.
No, Asylum, you jerk! Oh, that was...
Oh no.
That was dumb. Alright, looks like Bart's is... You'll see. We had like a guts tick and then immediately a sap tick as Asylum was waiting in the wings.
Oh, yeah, I see it. And I also see that it's not Bartz who died, it was...
It was Titus, yeah. Oof. It's fine.
Like, it's all on Bartz anyway, so...
Yeah.
I think he can take you to the home stretch.
Very poor timing on that. And if he can't, like, I can, again, Magicite switching is something that would actually improve the odds of this fight.
No, like, chicken knife is like, I'm gonna shove 4 different elements down your throat, and then I'm gonna get to use 2 spell blades or 8 spell blades, depending on how I feel, every action. Bear in mind, too, that all of these combo spell blades stack with all of his dual cast and triple casting shit, and you've got stuff like maybe 20 spell blades in one action.
Alright, we're back down to our team from before.
Oh, hey, I recognize this place.
Yep. This time we've got more bars, and maybe we can make up for this. Like, maybe, just maybe we can do it. Ah, this place again.
FYI, Ishtola still remains unkillable.
Yeah, Ishtola with Tetragrammaton is really, really powerful, so...
Is there a place that you could fit Memento of Prayer? Maybe, because this sap is really kicking your balls in.
I don't know who could carry that though. Like that involves a character change.
Ah, shit, that's true. I was gonna say Menphilia, but she's got Affliction Break too.
And Affliction Break is what was keeping the Imperils off.
Yeah. Pretty sure I still believe in you.
Well, especially if I'm gonna get double tetragrammatons.
What is this damage you're doing? Holy shit.
Oh, there's the Paralyze.
Who'd it hit?
Y'shtola.
Oh.
I think this is where we fall.
This just in, your wall just fell off.
I'm still thinking like 2,000 it. Oop! Come on. Keep the Spellblade Torrents coming. Yeah, hitting regen in here would definitely help in some way. Alright, that's the death. We're very close. This is definitely something that we can do. So I want to give this one more shot with the changed up, yeah, why not? Let's do two things. First things first. We want to upgrade Magicite. And we want to, I think it's Bismarck is the one that gives us, is the one that gives us fire resist, or is that the one that gives us...
The Fire Blink.
I don't want the fire blink, I want the fire resist, I think.
Okay, so who's got the fire resist? Oh, right, yes, you do have a Ebb... like, Inky, or whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah. And that also has Empower Water. Okay, I'm going to level that one up then. I'm going to use my Arcanas on Enki and then move Enki to the main.
This isn't as funny as shoving eggs down someone's throat.
Alright, Enki.
I'm very displeased with this choice of resource for using experience.
Alright, so fire...
Look, I need the mental image of cramming eggs down a person's throat for no reason. This is absolutely core to my headcanon.
Alright, and then we switch. So we want to change main Magicite to Enki. And then sub-Magicite we need to change and put our level 50 buddy there so that the stats are there for the combined Magicite stats.
Aye.
So, there we go. Alright, that should be of great assistance to me. Alright, I'm also thinking the Spellblade Doubler isn't as useful as the Battleforged is on Bart's.
Yeah, you really want more and more meter, especially since you got that far.
Yeah. Y'shtola SB that gives for shell gun high regen. I do not have access to that, sadly. My only Y'shtola items are Stone Skin and Asylum. Fire resist armor. Let's take a look. These are, again, all minor things we can do. Let's see what we got. I don't believe I have fire resist armors, but nope, no fire resisting armors. And I already put on fire resisting accessories. That's why Locke's bandana's on. There's also KO resisting accessories, which are on Y'shtola. I could switch the smartphone out for another KO resist. Yes, for the smartphone. You heard me.
I know.
You heard me.
I heard you.
You heard
It's
me.
still funny as hell.
Yeah, let's do that. We can give up our smartphone for some flowers. We have our best weaponry on everyone. Like, Tidus is carrying the second best weapon I've got. Alright. Let's jump back in. Alright. Again, very small changes. This is... I keep saying this is going to be the last one, but I like the incremental changes and, like, the iterations we're doing. It's I think this is a good exercise for people to get to see.
Alright, this is going to be the last one, or famous last word in anything. Record
Alright,
keeper.
this skeleton's a giant chump, I say, immediately dying to the skeleton. Like... I love that skeleton.
Medibot, if you did not get to see the skeleton, please review the VOD for FF11. It is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah, I will... I'll pull up the skeleton after this one. Oh, is there an FF8 torment? Oh, dear. I don't think I have the tools to do a torment that is, a torment that is Ice Week. Also, it's kind of lucky that it works well today that I don't have any other, like, I didn't have another Monday thing planned, so that works good. Normally I have a, you know, different stream thing I'm doing in the evening, but nothing today. Next week, though, we have Monday.
It's just a perfect day for God to reach out his hand and smite your town with a deadly plague.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's up with that. But, you know, we accept it. Self-heal for Raga. It's fine. I'll show off the skeleton at the end, though. Well, at least, like, I'll pull up the little skeleton, because it's great. But I think my Magicite just went in. If you do Magicite that is 300 diff, a 200 difficulty should be a cakewalk, especially with new Magicite. Yeah, you're right. I even have ice boosting, so maybe you like Renoa plus Shantoto's enough. You up for making this a longer one? Like,
I mean, you know, if we really can. It's fine. We can just at least see.
Yeah. All right. I've hit the Magicite button.
Yeah. Also, to be fair, Renoa is an FF8 character, so she will get synergy off of that Ice Burst.
Next Dragoon stream, not this weekend, maybe next. We'll see. Definitely not this weekend, I have other plans on this weekend, so no damage, whatever, I don't care. Ooh, look, we have an anti-fire imperil, hell yeah! Get out of here, you dingus!
Asshole. Keel Pride, when you say that's the last one, are you referring to the Torments?
No, the fact that I've been keep saying that this is the last fight. That is specifically that.
Well, I wasn't really paying attention because smashing your face into an FF5 boss is nothing new to me.
Yeah, we have bar fire, hell yeah. Can we get out of this form, please? Counterblaze is really kicking my ass. Sure, glad I had a... If I didn't have TG Sid Asylum, I just would have lost Minfilia. So... Okay, we're out. Christ. 400 trampled. See? Our buddy shows back up to help. Because the circle, the orb is spinning.
That man just did not want to leave you alone.
No.
I also love the Magicite summons because, like, every once in a while, just this shitty little boss sprite comes up and goes, and just zooms out.
It's really good.
I mean, it fucks with my button presses in high-end fights, but, you know, I can take the joke.
But yeah, our stats on our Magicite are really poor, that's why the damage it's doing is nothing, but the fire resist is real.
Yeah, specifically, the fire resist helps a ton in making sure that you don't die to sap as immediately. Also, I have to say, this is probably one of the only fights I've seen tonight where didn't actually have to rely on guts a whole bunch.
Yeah, the guts isn't actually as useful in this, you know? Because of the sap, guts, like, just falls off.
Well, that and the fact that he's not doing enough shit to make your guts constantly trigger.
Yeah. I might not actually need Minfilia in this fight.
That's a shame.
I don't have another water character to add, though, is the problem.
That's true. But the buffs are always very helpful.
Yeah.
And besides, like, with the speed of these fights, you really can't afford to let Bartz handle the self-buffs.
Oh, shit. My Hyper Mighty G's fallen off. That's noticeable. And it's not back up. Oh, that's a side effect of using the Magicite there. I don't have the meter.
Dear.
I noticed my damage just took a tank. Luckily, I'm in a form where, like, it's not hitting me, so the missing pro shell isn't so bad, but, like...
Yeah,
also,
just hold off on the big hits until you can get a meter back up.
I also need to reapply wall right here. We should be... I'll have Titus do it.
Titus is in an odd spot where he can just contribute a free turn and then occasionally smack the boss for 26,000.
Yeah. Oh, Tromple's here. Okay, Hyper Mighty G, back up.
And I should say that Tromple is reminding me of my favorite Final Fantasy VI attack, which is Wump.
Wump.
Wump. Even has the best animation in the world. Wump.
Okay, Hyper Mighty G, back up. Oof.
Thank God.
That was a bit of a... slight misstep.
It's cool. You're doing good. The secret is that your Magicite is actually just killing a creature somewhere else and choosing to deal the excess damage to the defending Planeswalker. Our Magicite has Trample.
That's true. Okay. This is fine. Okay, all our stat boosts are back up.
I actually kind of like Trample as just a silly visual mechanic. Just because it's like, you could have your creature suddenly smack a dude like thousands of yards away from the Planeswalker, but when the excess damage starts getting calculated, the wizard just suddenly falls over on his back.
Yeah.
That's how I choose to see it.
So bad news.
Can't seal the deal.
No. Bart's got paralyzed.
Damn it. Probably bring Ultra here, I think.
Well, that attack was 2 seconds before my Affliction break. So...
I see.
That's the actual answer to it, is the problem. Always make Water Veil. Yeah, that's actually a good idea, too, for...
Water Veil is actually very real in this fight.
Yeah, because now now it didn't paralyze. That's fine. We'll work around it. Bartz, please wake up. Bartz, we definitely need you. Bartz's mind has to be a really crap stat. This is the problem here.
Y'shtola has insanely high-minded. It took her, like, an eon to shake off Paralyze.
Yeah. Still paralyzed. My goodness. Bart's. Oh, sweet. Trample for 400. Yeah, the boss probably has stupid high mind, too. Definitely.
If you had trample for 400 in an actual Magic game, I think your opponent would flip the table over and then punch you in the face.
That's true. But yeah, I think the message I want to the two things I want to get across from this fight are, one, there's always things that you can do to improve, like, you know, your ability in a fight. You can always, like, there's always something you can change to do a little better. Number two, these fights are freaking hard.
Yeah, absolutely.
Trample.
They are meant to be the ultimate test of your elemental coverage, and even then, it's like half of your team is going to be comprised of buffs and/or Ishtola. So it's not necessarily asking for a whole lot of elemental coverage so much as it is asking for a couple of like really powerful pieces of elemental coverage, plus a bunch of really powerful buffs.
Yeah.
I think what really cinches it is that their defense is way too damn high.
It's kind of ridiculous.
No other boss in the game asks for multipliers on damage that are not stats this hard.
Oh, my affliction break is worn off too. We're getting...
Yeah, you're getting the deadly raise.
But Bartz is back in the fight! Look, all I need is Bartz and Y'shtola. Those are the only two characters I need to be able to win a damn fight, so, like, you know... like, end of the day, that's it! The other people are here for taking hits.
I'm just hoping that you can do Awoken Water into OSB, but that's might be asking a bit too much.
Hey, Trample.
Man, Bartz is really trying hard to make up for the fact that he was out of the game for like 5 turns.
Yep. Yeah, Bartz was out of this fight for like an eon, and I'm still at under 20%.
Bartz was out of the game for ages. Double cast, double cast, double cast, double cast.
Oh, that's a paralyzing Y'shtola.
It's fine. Fuck him up, Socrates.
Oh no, the Demon Rush! I can't beat the Demon Rush. Oh god, again, like that's definitely a fight that's just I'm not done here.
Yeah.
I refuse. I refuse to be on the floor.
I refuse to believe.
By God! They laid him out. By God! He got a family. By God! All right.
God is my witness. Bartz is on the floor.
We're making Water Veil, and we're honing. Other group 2. Water Veil. I'm right there with you, Lupe. I want the... Bartz is such a good character.
I want literally anything that makes Bartz a mainstay in my team.
Alright.
Please, for the love of God, just something that would make me want to legend dive him.
The worm turns torment tomorrow.
Oh, Tuesday, not
Yep. Well,
yes.
that means we get to do this. Everybody knows I'm Minnesotan.
Yeah, Tuesday is the torment. Next Tuesday, however, is the dungeon update. This time we have, let's see, we got 8, 13, and tactics. So if you feel like you're missing out on ice, you just might strike gold.
Oh, no, I needed to make Hydro Burst. Whoops, I made the wrong ability.
Oh, I see. Were you trying to, like, double up on Riku's water casting ability?
Yeah.
Well, Hydro Burst is a 4-star, so...
No, that's fine. This is fine.
Also, probably, definitely, absolutely swap out Curata for Ultra Cure. I've seen enough rays in my life.
I don't wanna.
Damn it.
Yeah, that was supposed to be wrong ability. Let me go see if I can make Hydro Burst and how many moves I can have on that. Oh, backing up.
Oh, congratulations on your 3 Prish Bursts, counting get-ins.
Yeah, but Water Veil isn't, like, Riku doesn't have Ninja.
Yeah, that's the big problem.
Like, that's an ability that cannot be used by Riku.
I mean, I do realize that people can just get slipped up every now and then because Riku can do anything, but
It's
she
true.
can't actually do everything.
Right. Can I hone... Maybe I can just hone Sapphire Shot.
Yeah, that works.
Oh, I need 40 Ice Orbs. I probably don't have that around. I have a lot of Holy Orbs around, but not...
Also, was Riku in the back row during all this?
No, which I can switch up.
No, it's cool,
Yeah.
Kill Pride. Again, her skill set is absolutely disgusting, so it makes sense that people would just assume that she could do weird, dumb shit.
Yeah, let me take a look at, where is... Deep Blue or Hydro Burst? I think Deep Blue is the one I want. Yeah, Ayame BSB is a strong as heck one. Alright, so Deep Blue's water, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically, it has a higher multiplier than Hydro Burst. It was kind of a placeholder for Sharpshooter 5 before Riku was it. Like, okay, whatever. Like, you need Sapphire Shot, you need more water damage, and Blue Deep will definitely do that.
I keep going into... Alright. Back in. See, I'm gonna switch out Sapphire Shot for Deep Blue just for Hones in this fight, actually. That's it. Just because I need more Hones.
Yep. Also, good job on getting Lion BSB Kasumi Blue. It's pretty great.
Mm-hmm. Alright.
And
then let me do another...
yeah, it's an attack-focused Arc Blast.
I'm actually taking Hand of the Crystals off. We're not using it in this fight.
Yeah, it's Arc Blast for physical bosses, basically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those two, like, Lion BSB is very, very strong. Okay. Okay.
Oh yeah, Ayame's legend materia that gives her quick cast 35% chance on samurai skills.
I'm kind of wondering
Lord help me, Sly's back on his bullshit.
I'm still literally wondering if it's just if it would just be better to not to have somebody other than Minthelia in this fight. Some other way of getting my attack boost.
Yeah, I mean, we've demonstrated several times that, like, as long as you can keep your A game intact, Guts is not really necessary.
Well, also, the Guts triggers and Sap kills me, you know? Like, it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, that just adds insult to injury.
Yeah, these fights, all these fights use the what is it, Conflict with an Aeon? Is that the...
Yeah, Contest of Aeons.
Contest of Aeons.
FFRK sometimes has its own remixes of the songs. I think it's a little too busy, but that's just me. I mean, Contest of Aeons was already kind of busy because it's, like, monumental.
Yeah.
It's me. I'm the guy who really liked Final Fantasy X's extremely subdued and chill battle music, and was kind of upset when the remastered version put like 50,000 instruments on top of it.
Chicken knife, chicken knife.
Chicken knife.
Okay.
We all want that damn knife.
Yeah,
Let's send each other power to get the knife.
I use the last engulfing twin strike, and then we're gonna go into our Woken Water mode.
What about the greatest tune of all time? Tidus's laugh as a sound font for all Final Fantasy X music.
Somehow pull on the banner and get Brave Blade.
Oh. Yeah, see his reverb? I did. I have well over 100 for the fucking knife.
Alright.
Hell, Shin's is like 4 pulls in the pocket for that knife.
Yeah, this is a version of the Song of the Faith. You're correct, Master Za. I can hear the specific, like, you know, notes of it in there.
Yeah, specifically it is Contest of Aeons. It was the music that was playing when Yuna was doing her fake fight against all of the Aeons that had auto life so you could never die. I mean, Squirrel Token, I've heard the same story from, like, Tidus's voice actor, where it's like they told him to make the laugh bad on purpose.
Well, also, you know, you have lines that were they did specifically to match up with, like, lip syncing, and which is how you get, you know, with Yuna by my side, like that sort of that reading.
Also, Square was hilariously bad at doing voice dubs because the only one that they had done before then was the friggin' bouncer.
So, this time I'm not missing my Hyper Mighty G.
I think I triggered some deep latent memories in the chat.
The memories of life there. All right, we are
The memories of The Bouncer, a fighting game starring a guy that was probably Sora's like adult form with like the weird keychain and everything, and the villain's name was Darugan C. Mikado.
Oh my god.
Oh right, there was also another guy who kind of looked like Zell, but he was really buff. He had horn fillings on both sides of his forehead to mask the fact that he had a gunshot wound with the entry and exit wound, so he just fucking put horns on top of him.
Yeah, right. No, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, Affliction break reapplied. So you
It's
know.
actually... Oh,
No, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. This is more important.
I was gonna say you'll notice that like we're at 30 seconds and we're at a higher health total than usual here. But the trick here is that I have 3 casts of an OSB in the pocket.
Yeah, this time...
Oh
he's biting his
shit!
time.
Oh, I'm gonna take a loss because I forgot to do something at 30 seconds.
Oh, what's up? Oh, wall.
Yeah, I forgot to reapply wall. All right.
He...
Sitting there thinking about the bouncer, and then I'm not even thinking about the fight anymore. Whoops. All right.
Sorry for distracting
No,
you.
no. Yeah. Very, very good. Like, all of a sudden you take 6,000 damage, and then you remember that you forgot the wall. All right.
Yes, Armor Arcana, the horns were for a friggin' gunshot wound.
I don't even know what you're talking about with the bouncer, though. I've literally never heard of that game, so...
Oh, it's they tried to make, like, this weird arcade fighting game.
I have every KO resist thing on, like, for this fight. Like, we are at the point where I think we are near optimized. It's play, which, as you can tell,
Yeah, it comes down to Laserhawk timing. He is really bringing his A game here. It's doable. It's just
seriously, I've never heard of the bouncer though.
Yeah, it's a janky beat 'em up with RPG elements.
Okay. Oh my god, get out of this phase, you jerk.
Don't worry, the bouncer is not good. It's just one of those games that you just randomly you randomly just throw bits and pieces of it out and just confuse the hell out of everyone.
Thank you. We will get this. I feel like this fight has been close enough that I keep at it. You know, it's not like the Golem fight where it's like I feel like I cheated to get to where I was.
No, the golem fight was just, you know, it was just you taking out your frustration, trying to cheat, and then realize that it was fucking working, and then suddenly it stopped working.
I'm not willing to go another 5 minutes into that fight to realize I'm going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not a fight that bringing Ultra Cure would have assisted. But yeah, we have all the KO resist and fire resist accessories that I own on, so...
Zane Zero says that Darugan gets more powerful the less clothes he wears, so he's like Geese Howard or some shit.
Well, yeah, what the hell? Alright. Ergies, that's a...
Yeah, that's the other fighting game they made, Ergeets, God Bless This Mess.
That one I do know about. I'm using Deep Blue for the... not as much for the damage, but for the meter building.
Yeah, the weakness proc is much more important.
I could put her in the back, but the problem is, in order for her to have a ranged weapon, I have to give up something like 50 attack. And I guess I haven't compared those numbers, but I don't believe that's actually an upgrade. It could be.
It gets into very wacky situations because, again, like, with Magicite Dungeons, you're just basically expected to slam into the stat cap, so you start having to think in terms of weird multipliers.
Yeah, so it might be that that I should be in the back because of the stat boost that I have, but I haven't done the comparisons yet. So I don't.
Yeah, like nothing else plays like these fights, so you don't ever think about that sort of thing.
More specifically, right now she's equipped with her USB weapon. In order for her to be in the back row, I think she would need just a 5-star generic thrown weapon that's like a 128.
Also, isn't her USB weapon a plus water fist anyway?
I don't remember if it actually has plus water on it.
I think I just love Ravenloon because he poisoned the FF7 watering hole by eternally branding Kate Sith as Crimbleshins. That's just it. That's his name now. It's Crimbleshins. We're done.
Look at this wiggly tornado.
Yeah, that's some early FFRK bullshit with like the wiggling and pulsating sprites. They got much better at making the sprites move around and stuff. Everything has fully functioning limbs and they're all just like moving around naturally. Whereas you can see in like the early FFRK boss sprites, there was just like these quap-ass animations going on with all sorts of really obvious tweening.
Okay, here we go. We're getting the double taps. That's good. Alright, I'll have Rika reapply wall after her next move.
Brave New World is a ROM hack of FF6 that I am interested in just for the mechanics, but I don't really like what they do with the translation at all. So I'm a bit on the fence.
Okay, so again, Riku has to wall next turn. That's important. Once we have...
Yeah, that's the other thing, too, of these high-end fights. You are constantly planning out, like, 10 turns in advance what you are doing.
Yeah, like in the Sea Lion one, I had basically my healing planned out so far. Because it was necessary. Alright, we have to just start energy raining. Minphilia's next turn is going to be summoning our Bismarck, or not, our Enki? Yeah, summoning Enki.
FF6 is probably the closest Square ever got to emulating Amano's art style.
Yeah. Okay, we hit the button.
I think it was just like some point when the PlayStation came out, and they had to like go with Lego Man style graphics, and they were just like, "Fuck it, we are never touching that in a million years. Let's just go our own way."
Yeah, we are getting a lot of double taps on the Spellblade torrent. Hell yeah!
That's because Bartz is a hard ass.
Okay, 33 seconds, we're at about 60%. And we have a lot of OSBs and BSBs, like, in the pocket. Alright. Raging Torrent is on, which means we have our fire resist up.
So are you planning to just sort of explode with Bartz at some point?
No, Bartz is just doing consistent damage.
Okay.
It's like 3 or 4 uses of Spellblade Torrent, and then just keep using BSBs. Because
okay, so Hand of the Crystals is just basically off the table.
I don't even have it equipped.
Off the table. Got it.
Oh, there's Titus on Paralyzed. That's fine. Whatever. Titus can take a goddamn nap for all I care. It's not Bart's, so... I can afford a Wrath here. Again, in between my affliction breaks. This is the form I need to get out of quicker, because staying here for too long means that the blazes start happening, and the blazes are the most dangerous, like, set of things.
Counter blazes are fucking awful. Just like they were in FF5.
Yeah.
I think the other nice thing, too, is that Tidus has a couple bars in the pocket, so he can afford to take a little nap.
Right, when he wakes up, he's going to have 60,000 damage to throw at the boss, and maybe 3 bars by that time, because he'll have taken, like, incidental hits and such.
Mm-hmm.
Again, as long as Bart's is still moving, that's fine. Also, the summon helps out because it only does like 300 damage, but it makes a form swap happen.
People give Ishtola and her burst a whole lot of sass because they hate Stone Skin, and they are constantly talking about like how it doesn't let you build meter, and the Magicite bosses just go, bullshit.
Yeah, you want meter? Oh, I'll build you meter. Hey, water burst! That did real damage. Okay,
Yay!
well, Hyper Mighty G again. There's Savage Blades.
You already got like 30%.
Sweet. Also, Savage Blaze hit right before Asylum.
Good efficiency.
Alright, let's get you out of this dang form.
Yeah, I know, Stone Skin is fucking amazing.
One thing that's funky about it is that sap goes through it.
Yeah, that is kind of weird. Like, the only other quirk that it has wherein you can't bop somebody out of sleep or confusion can easily be solved with Ultra Cure. So the chances of it actually obstructing you in any particular way, really fucking low.
Titus is awake.
Oh, okay. I thought somebody died from sap again.
Nah, Titus is awake is just what happened.
These noises are all just sort of coalescing in my brain. I can't tell them apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, the nice thing is, you actually haven't had to use Titus OSB and you've gotten him down this far. So that extra damage might do it.
Yeah, I have, I think, 3 in the pocket. Because that's 30,000 apiece. Yeah, 29. Alright, I have an Asylum coming. So everybody's back up to full, plus Stone Skin.
Ida's nuts at 3 stack. Like, yeah, Ida is very good.
Yes. Alright, and then we just keep doing... Wow.
Yeah, ultimate attack just immediately breaking your Stone Skin. That's meter, right?
Yeah. There's another energy rain.
Is Bart's gonna take this one home?
I think this is the one that we finally get there on. 44! Whoa! What changed?
He just might have landed a critical or something. Yeah, I think he did.
That's, important?
Let's hear it for the boy. Yes, OSBs are allowed to crit.
Oh god, counter blaze, get out of here. Well, okay, I got you. Okay, Woken Water, that's gotta be the finisher if that lands. Which it will. Here we go, Woken Water.
Are we almost done? Can we,
I think we're finally out of here.
Oh, Lord.
Woken Water's definitely gonna end this boss. Cool.
Whew. Nice job.
110, I'll take it. I'm betting we could get close to sub 1 with, like, Tidus not getting, Affliction Burst. Oh, a champion! Right, there was no damage in there.
Oh, that's right. This is the one fight where your guts weren't proccing every 5 minutes.
Right, so, okay, I get Bomb, Iguan, Salamander. Sweet. And then our rewards, we get Power Crystal times 10, Black Crystal times 10, Fire Crystal times 10, and a Liquid Flame Magicite. And hell yeah. Show Liquid Flame that skull. Hell yeah. I know how to cast level 5 Death. Oh. Hey, Laura. Ice can
yeah,
freeze.
you did enough.
Ice can freeze a bird in flight. Wind erodes.
I'm glad that you stopped at the exact same one that I did.
Earth is unfazed by thunder strikes. Well, lightning of. Okay.
What is she even talking about?
Dark and holy remain. Yeah. Alright, well thanks, Dr. Mog. Mastery! That feels really good to get mastery on that. I did promise to do one last thing, and that was, I just needed to show this to you, Medibot, and to anybody who didn't see our buddy here.
Please show the skull.
The 220 fight in the FF11, the most powerful enemy in the FF11 dungeon. A skeleton.
Just a skeleton.
A skeleton. I had to, yeah, just a skeleton.
Just a skeleton.
So, anyway, that's Magicite. Hope you enjoyed it. I know we went a little longer than usual. This was basically a double stream. We did 2 streams, and that was really good. We got the FF11 event, which was a lot of fun. We fought Skeleton. We showed up at the skeleton farm, and the skeleton farmer showed us what's for, and then we did some Magicite fights. I'm really happy with those, because not only did we win 2 of them I hadn't done before, but I proved out that I think Golem might be real. Like,
Yeah, you certainly changed my opinion of the whole thing. Like, Golem is trying really hard to overcompensate for physical damage, and then you just plowed right through him. You don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so that felt good to show off these fights. You can see there's little dots below them. The fire has a red dot for mastery. The ice and water have blue dots for completion. And we have others to do. Every day we'll get another gem, and we'll do them that way. So anyway, thank you everybody for joining. Hope you all enjoyed this Record Keeper stream. Usually these are over on Vprisoner side, but sometimes they happen here. If you do enjoy this sort of thing, though, I do things like this. Not on the regular, but we do things like this, so you can go ahead and follow and check it out. If you enjoy cool skulls and skeletons, or enjoy the channel itself, you can consider subscribing. You get access to a cool skull emote, which I'm very happy about. The good old level 5 death skull. And, yeah, you can also follow Vprisoner, my friend here, over at twitch.tv/Vprisoner.
Yep. It's mostly Record Keeper streams, although I am making plans to branch out in the future.
So, all right. So have a good night, everybody.
All right, good night.